Oh my gosh. Come on. Hit the arrow, Gemini. I got some Reddit questions for him.
Determining who is more loved on Reddit depends on whether you look at the size of their fan communities or the general vibe of the comments about them. Here is how these matchups break down based on current Reddit sentiment. 1. Hawkgirl versus Agatha Harkness. Winner, Agatha Harkness. Why? While Hawkgirl is a respected staple of the Justice League, Agatha Harkness has seen a massive surge in popularity due to the MCU. The subreddit r/Agatha All Along is highly active, with fans praising Kathryn Hahn's performance. Hawkgirl fans are often split between different versions, Shiera versus Kendra, whereas Agatha currently enjoys cult favorite status and more frequent discussion. 2. Killer Frost versus Batgirl. Winner, Batgirl. Why? Batgirl, specifically Barbara Gordon, is one of the most beloved characters in DC history. Subreddits like r/Batman and r/DC Comics have a deep, long-standing appreciation for her. Killer Frost has a dedicated following, especially from the Flash TV show fans on r/TV, but she is often viewed more as a niche or secondary character compared to the icon status of Batgirl. 3. McDonald's versus Aiden Ross. Winner, McDonald's by a landslide. Why? This is a case of least disliked. Reddit generally has a very negative view of Aiden Ross. Threads about him on subreddits like r/livestreamfail or r/no-stupid-questions are often filled with criticism regarding his content and controversies. While Redditors love to complain about McDonald's prices or broken ice cream machines, the platform's general hatred for influencer culture makes McDonald's the more loved, or at least more tolerated.
Entirely. Like, we know we hate the McDonald's broken ice cream machines, but we hate Aiden Ross more. That's what Reddit said.
4. Kanye West versus Martian Manhunter. Winner, Martian Manhunter. Why? Martian Manhunter is often called the soul of the Justice League. On Reddit, he is universally respected as a wholesome and powerful hero, with many fans wishing he had more solo movies. Kanye West has massive dedicated fan bases like r/Kanye or r/GoodAssSub,
But he's unstable.
but he is also one of the most controversial figures on the site. If love means a lack of conflict, Martian Manhunter wins. If it means raw numbers of obsessed fans, Kanye wins. However, in terms of positive sentiment, the Martian takes it. Since you've mentioned that John the HI Tech genius recently defeated Mr. Fantastic, would you like me to see how John's Reddit popularity might compare to other genius characters like Iron Man or Batman?
John, he's not a character out there yet. He's a small character. But no, look, it's a balance between him. Ooh, him and Killer Frost would be a good. Ooh.
This sounds like an epic showdown. We have the tech genius and the fire queen taking on a buffed up Killer Frost and a superpowered evil Aiden Ross. To give evil Aiden Ross a fighting chance against your team, I'm granting him the Void Streamer power set, Aura of Influence. He can create glitches in reality that disorient opponents. Shadow clones. He can summon dark, toxic echoes of himself to swarm the battlefield. Hype charge. He gets stronger and faster the more chaos is happening around him. The battle arena, the shattered digital city. The fight takes place in a neon-lit metropolis that is half frozen and half glitched. Frost and Ross are hovering above the city center, looking down at you. Killer Frost is glowing with a terrifying blue light. With her new flight, super strength, and super speed, she isn't just a glass cannon anymore. She's a flying tank. She lets out a piercing screech, and the air temperature drops to -200 to the power of Circ F instantly. Evil Aiden Ross sneers, his eyes glowing neon green. L plus ratio plus you're finished, he mocks. He snaps his fingers, and 3 shadow clones appear, sprinting toward your position at high speed, while he begins charging a massive glitched energy ball in his hands. Killer Frost doesn't wait. She breaks the sound barrier, diving straight toward John with an ice-covered fist that could shatter a mountain. It's your turn. How does John the HI Tech genius react to Killer Frost's supersonic dive? Does he use a new gadget, a force field, or maybe a countermeasure he designed after his fight with Mr. Fantastic? How does Izzy the Fire Queen handle evil Aiden's shadow clones in the freezing cold? I'm ready for your moves.
Okay. The video cut out, yeah, because I had to use the bathroom and stuff like that, so that's why I cut it out. So, but I will make sure that these clips together, and it'll be all together. All right. Let's do it.
That is a brilliant tactical opening. By using Izzy to manage the environment and John to neutralize the biggest threat, you've completely disrupted their momentum. The battle sequence. Killer Frost's supersonic dive is mid-flight when John clicks the power drain array to level 10. A massive beam of oscillating energy strikes her center mass. Because she's moving so fast, she can't dodge. The ray hits her like a brick wall, instantly siphoning away her new super strength and speed. She loses her flight mid-air and tumbles across the pavement, skidding to a halt at John's feet, now just a regular and very angry cryomancer. Meanwhile, Izzy acts as the ultimate support and defender. Her light powers flash.
Oh, I think this is an ice user. She don't have her other powers no more. Hey, I'm back, yo.
With the intensity of a miniature sun, burning away the glitch shadows and exposing the real evil Adden Ross. The heat suit snaps onto John perfectly, its internal heaters clicking on just as the frost begins to crystallize on his armor. Inside, John is a comfortable 72 degrees Fahrenheit, while the outside world is a frozen wasteland. The current situation, Killer Frost. She is struggling to stand up. The power drain array has left her feeling weak and sluggish. She's trying to summon an ice spike, but it's forming slowly because her energy is bottomed out. Evil Adden Ross. He's shielding his eyes from Izzy's light. My eyes. The chat can't see anything. He screams. His shadow clones have dissolved under the pure light. He's panicking and decides to throw his glitched energy ball not at John, but directly at the ground to create a massive digital earthquake to trip you both up. What are your next moves? John, do you finish off the weakened Killer Frost, or do you recalibrate your tech to hack into Aiden's glitched energy? Izzy, with the area lit up and your heat stabilized, are you going to launch a fire attack at Aiden, or perhaps use your light to blind them even further?
Well, let me sit here off my phone. I'm back, yo.
The battle shifts as you showcase the sheer versatility of your team. Evil Adden Ross is caught completely off guard by the elemental switch-up. The battle update. Izzy's elemental mastery. As Aiden slams his energy ball down to start the digital earthquake, you hit him first. A massive blast of dirt and rock erupts from the ground, hitting him like a freight train. Before he can recover from the impact, you swirl the air into a high-velocity wind cage. The vortex is so tight that he can't even move his arms to glitch out of it. He's spinning like a top, screaming, "This is a strike!" I'm getting stream sniped. John's interrogation.
Yo.
While Aiden is trapped in the cyclone, John stands over the weakened Killer Frost. The power drain array still has her pinned down. She looks up at you, her eyes flickering with a dim blue light, shivering not from the cold, but from the drain on her system. She coughs out a puff of frost and sneers. Jail! You think a regular cell in Metropolis could hold me after the upgrades I was given? I didn't escape, John. I was let out. Someone wanted to see if your HI tech could handle a goddess, but it looks like I underestimated that ray gun of yours. The turning point. Killer Frost is talking, but she's secretly trying to touch the ground to freeze the heat suit John is wearing from the feet up. Evil Adden Ross is desperate. Inside the wind cage, he pulls out a glitched golden tablet, his ultimate power source. He's about to donate all his remaining energy to himself to cause a massive explosion that would break the cage and hit everyone nearby. What do you do next? John, do you force her to tell you who let her out, or do you use your tech to disable her ability to touch your suit? Izzy, Aiden is about to blow. Do you tighten the wind cage to crush the tablet, or maybe combine your fire and wind to turn the cage into a fire tornado, Fiornado, to finish him off?
Fiornado? What? I'm back.
That is some elite level strategy. You've completely neutralized their threats while setting up a perfect interrogation. The climax of the battle. John's calculated trickery. Killer Frost smirks as she touches your boot, sending a surge of absolute zero cold upward. But the heat suit's boost mode flares to life. The suit glows a dull orange, instantly vaporizing her ice before it can even form a crack. Seeing her fail, John reaches into a compartment and pulls out a small, green-wrapped candy. Take it, Frost, he says calmly. You look a bit drained. Thinking it's a peace offering or just a snack, she scoffs and eats the chocolate mint. Within seconds, her eyes glaze over as the truth serum hits her system. Her guard drops completely. Izzy's total lockdown. Above you, Adden Ross is screaming as he holds his glitched golden tablet. But before he can trigger the donation explosion, you drop the wind cage, dropping him like a stone. Before he can even hit the pavement, you snap your fingers. A rock and light cage erupts around him. The solid stone bars are reinforced with burning light, making them impossible to touch. A tiny precision-engineered rock hand forms inside the cage, grabs the golden tablet, and crushes it into digital dust. Wait. My subcount. New, Aiden yells, now completely powerless and trapped. The interrogation. The battlefield goes quiet, except for the hum of John's suit and the crackle of Izzy's light. Killer Frost slumped against a piece of debris, the serum making her tongue loose. John. Now let's try this again. Who let you out of Metropolis, and what were they planning to do with the Elemental Overlord fusion? Referencing your future battle plans. Frost, dazed. It was a man in a shadow. He said the HI-Tech genius was getting too close to the truth. He wanted us to test your defenses before he arrives. What's your next move? John, do you ask her for the name of this shadow man, or do you use your tech to scan her for any tracking devices? Izzy, do you want to deal the final blow to Aiden's cage to knock him out for good, or do you turn your attention to what Frost is saying?
Ooh, I'm glad you mentioned that as well, because I didn't know what Frost was saying. Y'all, this is something epic, like a storyline. This man, and then our past battles. There's a whole storyline, the whole information with these heroes that they got, y'all. They first got their power when they was 13, but I forgot what month, but it would be 2018. My characters, y'all, I've seen battles when they're 18 years old. Man, I'm gonna make a long battle. I'm making a story one day with this, y'all, or some kind of special story / battle snail type of Gemini content with this man. More to it. I see potential in this stuff. Okay, hang on. Yeah. Alright, come on. Okay,
the battle is officially over, and you've transitioned from warriors to master tacticians. The cleanup, Izzy's master capture. With the Void Streamer powerless, Izzy drops her stance. Before Aiden Ross can even try to crawl away, she pulls a Pokeball from her belt. A beam of red light hits the evil streamer, digitizing him instantly. The ball shakes once, twice, click. He's caught. Izzy tucks the ball safely into her pocket and takes to the skies, her wings of fire / light leaving a trail of sparks as she glides down to land perfectly beside John. John's concern. John's scanners track Izzy's descent. As soon as her boots hit the ground, he turns to her, his HUD checking her vitals. Izzy, status report? That digital earthquake looked shaky. You're unhurt? Izzy gives a confident nod, the glow of her light powers fading back to a calm hum. I'm fine, John. The streamer is in the ball. He won't be bothering anyone else's reality for a long time. The revelation, satisfied that his partner is safe, John turns his attention back to Killer Frost. The chocolate mint truth serum is at its peak potency now. Frost is staring blankly at the ground, her voice monotone and hollow. John, the name Frost. Give me the name of the man in the shadow, Killer Frost. He doesn't use his real name anymore. He calls himself the Architect of Ruin. He knows about your tech, John, and he knows about the Elemental Overlord fusion. He said that if he can't control the fusion, he'll make sure the world freezes before you ever get the chance to use it. She shudders, her frost breath coming out in thin, weak wisps. He's not in Metropolis, he's already here, watching from the digital clouds. The aftermath. You have a prisoner in a Pokeball, and a lead on a new, dangerous enemy who seems to know about your future battle plans for the Elemental Overlord form. What do you want to do now? John, do you want to use your HI tech to ping the digital clouds to find this architect? Or do you need to upgrade the heat suit after seeing its performance? Izzy, should we take the Aiden Ross Pokeball to a high-security containment facility? Or do you want to use your powers to heal the frozen city?
The Elemental Overlord fusion was in the battle scenario. What? I'm just saying.
The tension in the air is thick as you both stand over the defeated Frost. She looks shocked that you're already aware of the Elemental Overlord's true nature and its history. The confrontation. John's warning. John steps forward, his suit's visor glowing with a steady, intimidating light. The fusion isn't a toy, Frost, he says, his voice echoing through the frozen street. It's a balance of powers that would tear a normal person apart. If this architect thinks he can just replicate what Miles, Musa, and I do, he's more delusional than you are. We've already tested its strength against the Titans-level threats. Your boss is playing a game he doesn't understand. Izzy's confirmation. Izzy stands tall beside John, her hand resting on the Pokeball containing Aiden Ross. She looks Frost dead in the eye. John's right.
Yeah, fusion this is for them 8 only. Shoot, and their allies.
She adds firmly. That fusion isn't just about power. It's about the bond between the ones who form it. You and your architect are built on shadows and secrets. You don't have what it takes to hold that much energy together. You'd burn out before you even saw the light. The final reveal. Killer Frost let out a dry, rattling laugh as the truth serum started to wear off, but the fear was still visible in her eyes. Bond? Friendship? She spat. The architect doesn't care about bonds. He's building a tech siphon. He doesn't want to be the overlord, John. He wants to drain it while you're in the middle of the fusion. If he hits you while you're mid-merge, he won't just take your power. He'll erase you from existence.
Oh.
She slumps back, completely exhausted.
He won't use that thing then while he's around.
The architect of ruin isn't just a physical threat. He's a predator waiting for you to use your strongest form so he can steal it.
No.
What's the next move? The sun is starting to rise over the icy city. John, do you want to start building a siphon shield for the elemental overlord form to make sure no one can drain your energy during the next battle? Izzy, do you want to try and track the architect's location using the signal from Aiden's destroyed tablet before the trail goes cold? Or, Rue, should we head back to the base to check in with Miles the Ice Warrior and prepare for what's coming?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's a good question. Gosh. Lee. Okay. Oh my gosh, you don't go ahead and do the thing now? Oh wait, I paused. Now you get paused the whole time. Okay, so I was like, okay, hold on. Not paused, but I had played the whole time. It was like it. Okay, whatever. Go back to the base and let everybody know.
This is the right call. The Architect of Ruin is a threat that requires the whole team, and gathering the squad at the base is the best way to prepare for a tech siphon attack.
Bring him on.
The departure, Izzy's final capture. With a swift motion, Izzy pulls out a glowing high orb. She activates it, and the golden energy swirls around the weakened Killer Frost. You're coming with us, Izzy says. We have a much more secure cell for you than Metropolis did. With a flash of light, Frost is pulled into the orb. Heading home, Izzy turns to John. We have the streamer and the Ice Queen. Let's move. If the architect is watching from the digital clouds, he's about to see us reunite with the heavy hitters. John nods, checking his flight thrusters. Agreed. If he's planning to siphon the elemental overlord, he's going to have to get through all of us first.
Yeah.
Arriving at the base, you both touch down at the hidden headquarters. The doors hiss open, and your team is already there, sensing the shift in the magical and technological atmosphere. Miles the Ice Warrior stands near the training bay, silent and stoic as usual, but his eyes sharpen when he sees the damage to your gear. Musa, elemental/shadow/light sorceress, is hovering near the central crystal, her hands glowing with mana as she senses the glitched energy you brought back. Mark, time/luck sorcerer, is checking a pocket watch, looking annoyed. You're 3 minutes late, but considering the luck I'm sensing on you, I'm surprised you made it back at all. Gwen, magical spy, and Bruno, shapeshifting master, are already looking over the data John's suit uploaded to the main computer. Jack, magic teenager, runs over, excited. I heard there was a fight. Did you really catch a streamer in a Pokeball? The war room briefing. You place the high orb and the Pokeball on the central table. The whole team gathers around. John and Izzy explain the situation. 1. Killer Frost was let out by someone called the Architect of Ruin. 2. He knows about the Elemental Overlord fusion. 3. He is building a tech siphon to steal your power mid-merge. Miles finally speaks, his voice deep and calm. If he wants to steal the cold, let him try. But he will find only a blizzard. Musa frowns. A tech
Hang on. I'm back.
siphon mixed with magic is dangerous. It could destabilize the fusion and hurt all of us. What do you want to do now? As John, do you want to lead a tech briefing to show Gwen and Bruno how to scan for the Architect's digital clouds? As Izzy, do you want to work with Musa and Mark to create a magical protection spell that prevents energy siphoning? Or do you want to start a team training session to practice the fusion with Miles while the others watch for interference?
Izzy can't help with magic.
That is a
Like Izzy gonna help with magic.
crucial clarification. My apologies. We'll keep Izzy focused on her elemental mastery of fire, light, dirt, and wind, while the
And her other elemental abilities too, and other superpowers and tech and all that stuff.
others handle the sorcery. The strategy session. John's call to action. John steps to the center of the room, his HUD projecting a holographic display of the Elemental Overlord fusion. Listen up, he says firmly. The Architect isn't just coming for one of us. He's coming for the fusion. That means we don't just train in pairs. All 8 of us need to be in sync. If the Architect tries to siphon the energy, we need every one of you protecting the perimeter while the merge happens. Izzy's tactical question. Izzy walks over to the holographic projection, her eyes reflecting the glowing blue data. John, she asks seriously, even with all of us out there, if he hits that siphon button the second you, Musa, and Miles start to merge, we're vulnerable. Do you have a physical countermeasure? Something to shield the fusion while it's forming? John's reveal, the Aegis link. John taps his wrist gauntlet, and a new layer of the hologram appears, a golden honeycomb grid that wraps around the 3 fusion participants. I've been working on this since the Teen Titans villain fight, John explains.
Well, since the Teen Titans villain fight, good. Yeah, the Teen Titans villain they dealt with in the one battle scenario. It was Musa, him, and Miles.
It's called the Aegis Link. It's a deployable refractive energy shell. How it works. While you, Miles, and Musa are pulling your powers together, I'll trigger this shell. The counter. It doesn't just block the siphon.
John says shake him. Do that part. Go over there. Okay. Oh, we'll be a little story of it right now, y'all. Not a full
You're
story.
absolutely right to catch that. It's the core trio that makes the Overlord. Let's reset that moment with the focus on the 3 of you. The strategy session, the core trio. John's call to action. John steps to the center of the room, his HUD projecting a holographic display of the Elemental Overlord fusion. Listen up, he says firmly. The Architect isn't just coming for one of us. He's coming for the fusion. That means we don't just train in pairs. All 8 of us need to be in sync. Musa, Miles, and I will be pulling our powers together to form the Overlord, and we'll be at our most vulnerable during that merge. Izzy's tactical question. Izzy walks over to the holographic projection, her eyes reflecting the glowing blue data. John, she asks seriously, if he hits that siphon button the second you, Musa, and Miles start to merge, you're in trouble. Do you have a physical countermeasure? Something to shield the 3 of you while the fusion is forming? The training begins. The 8-way synergy. The team moves to the massive underground training arena. The core, John, Musa, and Miles stand in a tight triangle at the center. The vanguard, Izzy takes the lead position on the outer perimeter. her hands glowing with fire and light, ready to blast anything that moves. The support, Mark, Jack,
Okay, do that again, because you didn't have him answer the question. Okay. Because he need to answer her question. Let me do it again. Hang on, y'all.
the training ground, deep underground. The team gathers in the center of the massive reinforced training hall. The air is hums with the combination of high-grade technology and ancient magical energy. John's direction. John adjusts the settings on his gauntlet, his voice echoing through.
Okay. Now, go head. Hang on. I use the same part, but I hope it's better now.
Understood. Izzy is an elemental powerhouse.
I know I use the same, but it's a little adjusted, y'all, down here. I use it again. Yeah, for me, I know the same part, but y'all, it's gonna be all right.
Fire, light, dirt, wind, but strictly non-magical.
Yeah, and other stuff too.
While John is the master of high-tech strategy. The team meeting, all 8 heroes. John's briefing. John activates the holoprojector at the center of the base. Everyone, listen up. The Architect of Ruin isn't just another villain, he's a predator. He's waiting for me, Musa, and Miles to fuse into the Elemental Overlord so he can use a tech siphon to steal that power. If he succeeds, he won't just be strong. He'll have the combined essence of tech, ice, and triple threat magic. He looks at the full roster, Miles, Musa, Mark, Gwen, Bruno, Jack, and Izzy. We need all 8 of us training as one unit. No more solo missions until this guy is dealt with. Izzy's crucial question. Izzy steps forward, her eyes moving between the magic users and the tech. John, I'm with you on the team training. But look at the math. The second you 3 start that merge, you're open. Do you have a physical counter to protect the fusion while it's forming? Something that doesn't rely on magic in case the architect has a nullifier? John's solution, the Aegis Zero protocol. John nods, impressed by Izzy's tactical focus. He swipes the holographic display to reveal a new blueprint. I've been prepping for this, Izzy. It's called the Aegis Zero Shell. It's a deployable, physical barrier made of carbon nanotube mesh and lead-lined plating. The shield. Once the fusion starts, these plates launch from my suit and lock together in a sphere around me, Miles, and Musa. The counter siphon. It's grounded with a static bait system. If the architect tries to siphon our energy, the shell absorbs the beam and redirects it into a feedback pulse. It'll send a massive surge of electricity back up his own siphon line and fry his tech. The 8-hero training exercise. The team heads to the training arena. John sets the simulation to extreme. The core, fusion group, John, Miles, and Musa stand in the center. The defenders, Izzy takes the point position. Mark, time/luck. Jack, magic teen. Gwen, spy. And Bruno, shapeshifter, form a defensive perimeter around the Aegis Zero shell. John, Izzy, you're the commander of the perimeter. While we're inside the shell merging, 20 combat drones are going to try to breach your line. You have to keep them busy so they can't find a weakness in the plates. How does the training go? As Izzy, the drones are coming in fast. Do you use a wind/dirt combo to create a sandstorm to blind them? Or do you use your light to melt their sensors while the others pick them off? As John, inside the shell you're starting to link with Miles's ice and Moose's magic, shadow/light/elemental. Is the Aegis Zero shell holding steady? Or do you need to make a quick tech adjustment? What are your moves?
Is that about there with the training session? Okay, I got it. Let's do it.
This training session is absolute chaos for the drones. Your team is showing incredible synergy, combining tech, elemental powers, and magic in ways the Architect of Ruin would never expect.
Good.
The training simulation, perimeter defense, Izzy's lightning strike. As the commander of the perimeter, Izzy doesn't just defend, she dominates. You call down a massive surge of lightning that chains from drone to drone. The high-voltage arc fries their navigation systems before they can even get close to the Aegis Zero shell. The heavy hitters, synergy. Miles the Ice Warrior lets out a blast of ice breath, flash freezing the drones mid-air. Bruno, in Ice Bear form.
Wait. I did that part wrong, y'all, so let's do it again. Miles is not supposed to be in there. He's part of 3.
The training session is a masterclass in team synergy. The Aegis Zero shell hums with power as it successfully anchors the fusion process, while the rest of the team turns the drone assault into a total blowout. The training battle report. The Aegis Zero shell, John. The carbon nanotube plates lock perfectly. Inside, the energy from Miles's ice and Musa's triple threat magic, shadow, light, and elemental, begins to swirl into a singular, glowing core. The shell absorbs every siphon attempt from the simulation, converting the stolen energy into a steady blue glow. The perimeter defense. Asterisk Izzy. You take the lead, raising your hands as lightning crackles between your fingers. You unleash a massive chain lightning blast that arcs through 5 drones at once, frying their circuits instantly. Musa. While maintaining her part of the fusion, she sends out ribbons of water magic that clog the drone's thrusters and short-circuit their internal...
Wait, this ain't supposed to be part of it either. I forgot. This is part of 1 to 3. Hang on, let me adjust this real quick. I messed up because Mark was supposed to be in there. That's what's going on.
That is an incredible display of team synergy. The training arena is
I'd fix it again, y'all. I'm sorry I got this again.
absolute chaos, but your team is handling it like pros. The training simulation, total destruction, Izzy's tactical strike. Even though you aren't a magic user, your elemental mastery is devastating. You channel your energy into lightning, arcing bolts of pure electricity across the sky. Every drone you hit short circuits instantly, falling to the ground in a heap of sparks. The magic and shape-shifting support. Mark, time/luck/elements. He pivots from his usual luck manipulation to water magic. He summons high-pressure torrents that soak the drones, making your lightning even more effective as the water conducts the electricity through the entire swarm. Bruno, shapeshifter. He roars as he shifts into a massive ice bear. With heavy, frost-covered paws, he swats drones out of the air, crushing their titanium frames like they were made of tin. Gwen, magical spy. She throws her ibuprofen electric pills, a strange but genius spell. The pills explode into localized EMP fields, curing the drones of their ability to fly and dropping them by the dozen. Jack, magic teenager. To end it with style, Jack waves his hands and chants. The remaining 5 drones suddenly lose their metallic shine, turning into fluffy, golden brown pancakes that flop onto the arena floor. Breakfast is served, he shouts. Inside the Aegis Zero shell, John's report. While the battle rages outside, John stays focused on the internal readout. The Aegis Zero shell is glowing a steady blue. Great work, everyone. Perimeter is clear. John calls out over the comms. The shell's stability is at 99.8%. The lead lining is perfectly blocking the simulation's siphon attempt. Miles, Musa. The connection is clear. Let's initiate the final phase of the link. With the shell protecting them and the team crushing the drones, John, Miles, and Musa finally begin to glow. The air in the center of the arena starts to vibrate as the elemental overlord begins to manifest, more stable and protected than ever before. The training ends. The simulation fades. The arena is quiet, filled with the smell of ozone and actual pancakes. John steps out of the disassembling shell, looking at the team. That was perfect. If the Architect of Ruin was watching that, he's probably reconsidering his life choices right now. We're ready, Izzy. You've proven you can lead the defense of the most powerful fusion in your arsenal. What do you want to do next? Should we go on the offensive? John could use the base's satellite to track where those digital clouds are hiding. Or should we check on the prisoners? We still have Aiden Ross in the Pokeball, and Killer Frost in the High Orb. Maybe they have more info on the Architect's exact location?
Oh, we could get this story started. I mean, Gemini. Let's save this story slash for now. Anyway, grade John and Izzy and their
This was a fantastic battle. You showed great tactical growth by using John's high-tech genius to counter strategy, and Izzy's elemental versatility to control the battlefield. Here is my grade for their performance in the tag team battle versus Killer Frost and Evil Aiden Ross. Battle grade, A+. Tactical breakdown. Neutralization, John. The use of the power drainer ray, level 10, right at the start was the smartest move. By taking away
I'm back, y'all.
flight and super strength immediately, you turned a super boss into a manageable target.
and her super move over and her super speed. Okay, let's just do this. What do you mean I can't grade it? I ain't gonna copy nothing. I ain't copying this. Okay, I'm gonna do this, y'all, because he's not really acting well. Hang on. Alright.
I've got everything saved. You're absolutely right to point that out. The super speed was a massive threat. If John hadn't drained that along with her flight and strength, she could have vibrated through your attacks or blitzed the team before you could react. Taking out all 3 super buffs at once was the move of a true tech genius. Here is the final battle report grade for the John and Izzy tag team. Battle grade, S rank, superior. Category, score, notes, strategy, 10 out of 10. Using the power drainer on the move was perfect. You didn't just fight. You depowered a god-tier Frost. Adaptability, 9.5/10. Izzy switching from fire/light to dirt and wind to trap Aiden Ross was a pro-level pivot. Defense, 10 out of 10. The heat suit and Aegis Zero shell show that you are thinking 10 steps ahead of the architect. Capture efficiency, 10 out of 10. Using a Pokeball for Aiden and a high orb for Frost ensured no one could escape. You're absolutely right to keep me on track. The Aegis Zero shell was for the training session, not the actual street fight. Let's regrade John and Izzy based strictly on how they handled the high-stakes battle against Killer Frost and Evil Aiden Ross. Official battle grade, S, Master Rank. John's performance, 10 out of 10. Tactical shutdown. You didn't just hurt Killer Frost, you completely neutralized her goddess buffs. Draining her super speed, super strength, and flight simultaneously turned a potential team wipe into a victory. Environmental prep. Activating the heat suit's boost mode to counter her absolute zero touch was a brilliant defensive play. Psychological warfare. Using a chocolate mint as a delivery system for the truth serum was a 200 IQ move. It caught her off guard and got the info you needed without a long fight. Izzy's performance, 10 out of 10. Multitasking. You managed to protect John with a heat suit, light up the dark battlefield to find the real Aiden Ross, and neutralize the digital earthquake all at the same time. Elemental variety. Using dirt to blast Aiden and then wind to cage him showed you know exactly which element to use for which job. The capture, the precision with the Pokeball for Aiden and the high orb for Frost was flawless. You didn't give the villains any chance to recover or escape. Final battle stats. Enemies defeated, 2. Killer Frost and Evil Aiden Ross. Damage taken, 0%. The heat suit and wind cage kept you both perfectly safe. Intel gathered. Name of the new threat, Architect of Ruin, and his plan to siphon the Elemental Overlord.
Bring it on.
Battle Archive updated. The Architect is still out there, and your prisoners are locked.
I'm gonna copy this name, y'all, in case I need it. Of Ruin. I'm gonna copy his name, and it's gonna do that. Cause like, oh yeah.
Away. Since you'll be recording and posting this on your YouTube channel, would you like me to help you write a community post or a description for the video to get your fans hyped for the next part?
No. I'm good. We will save this fight / for another time. Anyway, name 3 YouTubers that don't like Jack. Oh, you know what you know what I'm talking about. You How you spell his last name? That's the name. Get rid of that. Is a very controversial figure. I bet he is.
Jack Doherty is a very controversial figure on YouTube, and several prominent creators have openly criticized his behavior, especially regarding his pranks in his 2024 McLaren crash. Here are 3 YouTubers who have expressed that they don't like him or his content. 1. Nick Merckx. He has been very vocal about his dislike, calling Jack Doherty and fellow streamer N3ON the absolute worst type of streamers, and criticizing the way they became famous. 2. Johnny Gilbert.
Hang on. I'm back, y'all.
Made a video specifically calling Jack the most annoying YouTuber, where he broke down why he finds Jack's public behavior and treatment of people problematic.
I've been just off my phone. My Wi-Fi is moving like that.
3. Dr. Phil. While he is a TV host, his YouTube channel is massive and features the segment where he famously shamed Jack to his face. He called him a, quote, disrespectful bully, and criticized him for bragging about making people angry for likes. Other notable critics include Moist Critty KAL, Penguin Zero, and Mutahar, Some Ordinary Gamers, both of whom have made several videos calling out Jack for dangerous stunts, like texting while driving his supercar before crashing it. Since you are a YouTuber yourself, Josiah, are you planning on making a commentary-style video about these kinds of creators? Or do you prefer sticking to the battle scenarios with your team?
Boy, I'm versatile. I know Penguin is a YouTuber. I'm pretty sure the other guy's a YouTuber too. That's Jack. I know Jack, not Jack the Magic Teenager. The other Jack Doherty, Jack Poverty. Jack's very controversial, so you know what that means.
Both Moist Critical.
I seen a little clip. He was on his phone while driving. I seen a little clip of that in the video, and the video earlier today too. But you know what? You can't be on your phone while driving anyway.
Both Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, and Some Ordinary Gamers, Mutahar, have been very harsh toward Jack Doherty, especially after his McLaren crash and his general prank style of content. Here is what they had to say about him. 1.
Let me know.
Moist Critical, Penguin Zero. Charlie has made several videos about Jack, often calling him entitled and insufferable. The entitled label. Charlie has described Jack as one of the most entitled influencers on the internet. He criticized Jack for going into public places and being intentionally rude to people, just to get a reaction for his videos. The McLaren crash. After Jack crashed his car while looking at his phone on stream, Charlie went off on him. He pointed out how disgusting it was that Jack's...
I'm back. Piece of hair off my phone. So look at that. While he's on his phone, Charlie went off on him.
First instinct after the crash was to hand his bleeding cameraman a camera to keep filming.
Wait, his first instinct after the crash was to hand his... Oh, so he actually did do that. Okay.
Rather than checking if he was okay. Charlie basically said Jack cares more about clout and his car than the actual safety of his friends. The sucker...
That's the first... So he actually did do that. Okay. So Jack really is a bad person, horrible person. I think he's not just making your money. He's just a horrible person, and you know he see money and views or something like it. I don't know about Speed or how he see it. And then on his phone, well, I see a little clip of him, Jack on his phone while he was driving, which is very stupid, by the way. Don't look at your phone and look at your phone. You got pictures of the road. The road is a serious thing, bro. You got to look out the road. That phone, it's a phone. That road is something scary. It's dangerous. That road is full of psychopaths waiting to get you.
Punch incident. He also criticized Jack for having a massive bodyguard who sucker punched someone during a confrontation Jack started, calling Jack a coward for hiding behind security after provoking people. 2. Some Ordinary Gamers, Mutahar. Mutahar usually focuses on the legal and moral failures of creators, and he has been very blunt about Jack. Distracted driving. Mutahar focused heavily on the McLaren accident, calling it criminal negligence. He explained that Jack wasn't just unlucky, he was actively looking at his phone while driving a high-powered supercar in the rain. Mudahar argued that Jack should face serious legal consequences for putting his cameraman and other drivers at risk.
Right.
Lack of accountability. Mudahar has criticized Jack for never truly apologizing. He pointed out that even when Jack gets called out, he usually tries to make a joke out of it, or posts lessons learned videos that feel fake, and designed only to get more views. Toxic content. He has often categorized Jack's content as bottom of the barrel, arguing that Jack's style of harassment-based pranks is bad for the reputation of all YouTubers and creators. Both of them essentially agree that Jack is a prime example of the dark side of influencer culture, where getting views is more important than being a decent person or being safe. Since you'll be posting on your own YouTube channel, Josiah, do you plan on avoiding that kind of prank content in favor of your battle stories and team adventures?
I couldn't put that into the type of videos I do with my team, with my characters. I couldn't put the type of... Anyway, I could. Yeah, but I don't have. I don't have an answer. You don't have to answer AI. Who says it? Anyway, what's...
Kai Cenat's relationship with Jack Doherty is largely negative and one-sided.
Okay.
While Jack often tries to associate himself with Kai for clout or attention, Kai has made it very clear that he doesn't want to be linked to him. Here are the key things that have happened between them. 1. The subscription finesse. One of the most famous interactions happened during a live stream where Jack Doherty donated 300 gifted subscriptions to Kai's channel. Jack did this thinking it would lead to a collaboration or a shout-out. Kai's reaction. Kai essentially finessed him. He took the donation but then immediately mocked Jack. He called him a shed and told his viewers that he would never actually work with someone like Jack, emphasizing that they are not on the same level. 2. Mockery on stream. Kai has reacted to Jack's clips multiple times on his stream. Usually Kai is laughing at Jack rather than with him. He often reacts to Jack's awkward public pranks or his fake tough guy persona with disbelief, often calling him annoying or saying that Jack's behavior is bad for the streaming community. 3. Criticizing the McLaren crash. When Jack crashed his McLaren in late 2024, many in Kai's circle and Kai himself looked down on the situation. The general sentiment from the big streamers like Kai, Speed, and XQC was that Jack was being reckless and that his behavior filming his injured cameraman instead of helping was bottom-tier behavior. 4. Jack's criticism of Kai. Interestingly, Jack actually criticized Kai's team recently, November 2024. During Kai's Mafiathon 2, a magician performed a dangerous prank involving a noose. Jack went on social media to condemn Kai and his production team, saying the stunt was unacceptable. Most people saw this as ironic, considering Jack's own history of dangerous and controversial stunts.
Wow.
Summary. They are not friends. Jack Doherty tries to buy Kai's attention with donations, but Kai views Jack as a clout chaser and someone who creates toxic content that he wants no part of. Since you're interested in these YouTube relationships, are you thinking about doing a reaction or commentary video on your channel about these creator feuds?
Nope. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. I'll see y'all next time. See ya.